Hi, it's Dan again with D&D Thorough Home Inspections, and today we're going to talk about galvanic corrosion. Now, what is galvanic corrosion? Well, by definition, it's an electrochemical process in which one metal corrodes in preference to another that is in contact with through an electrolyte. So, in layman's terms, it's when two pieces of metal are touching each other and an electrolyte is passing through it. Believe it or not, a good electrolyte is actually hot water from a water heater. So, here's some pictures of what galvanic corrosion looks like. Now, in order for galvanic corrosion to take place, you need at least one of three things to happen, and you could have a combination of these three. But the first thing that could happen is two different metals. So if you take a look at this anodic index here, it shows a list of different metals. Now, the further these metals are apart from each other, the more likely they are going to corrode quickly. So a good example of this would be galvanized steel and copper pipe, commonly used for water lines. You put those two in direct contact with each other and have some hot water going through them, they're more than likely going to corrode pretty quick. The second thing that could cause galvanic corrosion is metal on metal contact. Now, this doesn't mean that the two pieces of pipe or whatever have to be screwed together. You could have a piece of copper pipe and a metal wire hanger, as you can see in this picture right here. And that may not cause corrosion right away, but over time, it's likely to cause galvanic corrosion. Now, the third thing that causes galvanic corrosion are metals in the same conductive solution. And like we mentioned before, hot water is a great electrolyte and contributor to galvanic corrosion. Now, there are a couple ways to help mitigate galvanic corrosion from happening. If you go back to the second example we gave, talking about the copper pipe and the metal wire hanger, if you were to simply use a plastic hanger or some type of insulated hanger in that instance, that would help mitigate galvanic corrosion from happening in that area. Now, when it comes to joining two pieces of pipe together, there's a couple options you have. One, you can use a dielectric union, as you can see in this picture here. Now, what's significant about this is it has a plastic insulated gasket, so it breaks the contact from those two pipes. The only downside to this is if somebody is using the water line as a grounding service, meaning they're grounding their electrical panel on the water line, that dielectric union breaks that current anywhere in there because of that plastic gasket. So those two metals aren't touching and allowing current to pass through. So in that instance, that brings us to option number 2, which is the brass nipple, which kind of creates a smoother transition. So if you had galvanized pipe and you're going to copper pipe, you throw that brass nipple in there to kind of ease that transition, because if you look at the anodic index, brass is in between your galvanized and copper pipe. So it just makes it a little easier of a transition to help prevent that corrosion from happening quicker. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it or at least learned something from it. So please remember to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned. Thanks. Have a great day.